Okay, we're going to start rolling our legs out because that's fun. Get the worst bit over first of all. Okay, so we'll start with our quads, okay, down the front of our legs. So we go face down on the roller. And rolling along, legs in parallel. And we want to have what we want to have. We want to go in between our hips and our knees, but not on the joints. And then we're going to take our legs into turnout with our heels together and our toes apart and trying to wrap our thigh bones around to the outside and just massaging a slightly different part of your legs. And then we're going to go turn in. So knees together, toes together and heels apart. I'm just going to mute you, Sarah. There's a bit of stuff happening there. Okay. Turn in for the most delicious variation. Isn't it delightful? There we go. A little bit more here. Because this is the one that most people find the most beneficial, shall we say. All right. And then from there, we're going to flip over and do the side of our leg. So we've got the roller underneath our hip. Top leg is crossed over in front. Come down onto our elbow and roll down towards the knee, but not on the knee. Down and up like this. Just going to get Sophie to bring my iPad down so I can see you a little bit better. Hang on, you keep going with that side. I don't know where they all are. They must be out. Okay, let's flip over and do the other side. Oh. Oh, feels good to do this, doesn't it? I haven't done this for a long time. All right. Then, coming off there, we're going to sit on top of our roller. Don't fall off like me. Okay. And then lean back so that you've got your hands on the floor. Take your legs out long and then cross one ankle over the other knee or over the other side. Flex that foot. We're going to tip our weight over onto the bent leg side and then roll up and down on that butt cheek, massaging out your glutes. All right, and then we'll change over to the other side. Start with one leg straight, one leg bent. Tip over to the bent knee side. And there we go. Oh. going with that. I just heard someone come home. Hang on, I'll get him to get my iPad. Okay, it's on its way. Then we're going to take a lie down. Bring our calf muscles on top of the roller. And just roll over the top from side to side. And then if that feels like it's not really doing much, cross one leg over the top of the other. And then continue rolling side to side.
I can't hear a bloody thing.
That feels a bit better.
So you're just copying what she's doing.
Then switching over to the other leg. Thank you very much. Here we go. Log in and be able to see the message of pain on your face. What is that? All right. Then we go from there into your pelvic curls with your feet on top of the roller. Feet on top of the roller.
Yeah, could do.
Rolling your, here we go. Rolling your spine up and down, up in the air, and rolling your spine back down. Trying to get some nice articulation going. Pressing gently through the back of your arms into the floor and trying to hold the roller steady with your feet on top so that you can feel that delicious activation of your hamstrings and glutes as you're rolling up and rolling down. That's it, looking good. Okay, then we'll roll up, hold our hips up at the top, push the roller away a tiny bit, and then drag it in a tiny bit, and push it away a little, and pull it back in, and push it away, pull it back in, 2 more times, push, and pull, and last one, and pull, and then gently rolling your spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time, releasing your hips at the bottom. Okay, from here, let's take our hands behind our head. Bring your elbows just where you can see them in the edge of your vision, and allow the back of your ribs to relax down into the floor. And take a breath in. As we breathe out, we curl our head and shoulders up away from the floor into our chest lift. And then breathe in to lower down. And then we exhale coming up. And inhale, lower. Exhale coming up. Inhale down. 1 more, then we're going to add on. And lower. We come up and hold our chest lift. Now make sure the front of your throat is holding no tension. We float 1 knee up in the air and then take that foot back down to the roller. Lift the other foot in the air and back to the roller. Switching legs, lift and lower and lift and lower, and then take your head and shoulders down for a quick rest. Okay, next up, We come up into your chest lift. Check your throat is nice and soft. Lift one knee in the air. Twist your upper body towards that knee. Yes. Come back to the center. Twist again towards that knee. Come back to the center. Twist toward your knee. And center one more time. Twist across. Come to the center. Lower everything down. Take a breath. Then as you breathe out, curl your head and shoulders off. The other leg lifts up in the air. We're going to twist towards that leg. Come back to the middle. Twist across. And the center. And twist. Center. One more time. Across. Center. And float everything back down again. Okay. From there, we take our chest lift again. Chest lift up. Hold your chest lift. Press your roller away from you, stretching it out towards the wall. And then drag it back in. Slide it away. And drag it back in. And slide it away. And drag it back in. 2 more times. Press it away. Draw it back in. 1 more. And back. And then lowering back down. Okay. Adding on again. We curl our head and shoulders up. Check the front of our throats relaxed and free. And then press your roller away. Float one straight leg up away from your roller. Hold. And hold. Release your hands from behind your head. Sweep them towards that feet. Feel how you come a little bit higher. Maintain that height through your body. Take your arms back behind your head. Lower your head and shoulders and leg back down. We curl back up. Float the other leg and hold. Reach your arms toward your feet, curling up a little bit higher. Take your hands behind your head and lower everything down. We'll do one more like that with each side. So we curl up, float one leg, reach and curl higher, hold the height as your arms come back, and then everything lowers with control. And we curl up, lift the other leg, stretch up, back behind our head, and then lower back down. Okay, one more variation here before we move on to something else. So we're going to curl up, float one leg in the air, drag the other leg in with your roller, press it out, drag it in towards you, and roll it out. Drag it in, roll it out. One more time, drag it in, roll it out. Lower everything down with control. Take a breath. Then breathe out, curling up. Other leg floats in the air. Bring your roller in and push it away. Bring your roller in and push it away. 2 more times. Push. And last one. In. And stretch it away. Lower everything down. Stretch your arms up overhead. Allow your back and your ribs to lift up away from the floor, just stretching out through the front line of your body. Take some nice big deep breaths. And then circle your arms down. We're going to bring the roller up towards your bottom and then lift your hips up in the air so that you can sneak the roller in underneath your pelvis. Let me just check you all. Looking good. Okay. So your arms are just resting over the top of your roller And then you take your legs up in the air. You know you're in the right spot if you feel like your back feels supported enough that you can stay up in this position. If not, take your feet down, adjust up or down until you're comfortable. Okay. We're going to take our legs all the way up to the ceiling. And then keeping your knees square to the wall behind you, we tip over onto one side of your pelvis. And then come back to the center. We tip over onto the other side and come back to the center. So taking it nice and slow and really watching your knees. What you don't want to see happen is a little twist of your pelvis so that your knees come off on some weird diagonal. We want them to stay parallel to the wall behind you as you're tipping over and coming back. While you're watching your knees, we're enjoying a really nice massage for our low back. Yeah. Also, working our obliques a little bit. If you need to adjust at any time, feel free to do that and join back in. Okay, we're going to tip over and hold that tip. Now keep your top leg where it is. Your bottom leg is going to reach over a little bit further and then draw it back up to your top leg. We reach that bottom leg over and draw it back up. Reach it away a little more. Come back in one more time. Lengthen and together and roll both legs back to the center. We're going to tip over onto the other side of our pelvis. Hold your top leg still. Open out your bottom leg and draw back up. Open and draw up. Open and draw up. And open, draw up, coming back to the middle. Now, if you're a rollover kind of person and you'd like to do some rollovers, check you've got enough room behind you to take your legs over without hitting yourself or something around you. You're going to press your arms down into your roller. Curl your hips up overhead. Flex your feet. Separate to shoulder width, no wider, and then roll back down. Ooh. Circle your legs down and around, and away you go again. Rolling your pelvis over, using your triceps. Flex and separate, rolling down, and circle your legs over. If that's a little too much for you, you can bend your knees and go into a little bent knee lift where you're just trying to scoop your pelvis off your roller. Okay? So doing a couple more of whichever version is good for you. Let me check you out here. Very nice. Good rollovers. And very good reverse curls too. Yeah, beautiful. Make the next one your last one. And then we're going to finish with our legs pointed up to the ceiling. Take your legs in to turn out. We point our feet, open your legs out to the side, and then flex your feet and draw your legs back together. So we point and open. Flex and use the whole length of your inner thigh to come back together. Point to open. Imagine there's marshmallow that you've got to squash between your legs as you close them together. Point to open. Flex and close. 2 more times. Point and open. Flex and close. Last one. Point, open, flex, and close. Now keep that turned out position with your legs. Keep that flexed foot position, you're going to split one leg forward and one leg back. And then come back together. Other leg forwards, reaching back and together. With this one, working not to lose any of the flex through your feet or any of the turnout through your leg. So continuously wrapping around and reaching through your heel. One more with each leg. Okay, then come into parallel with your legs and point your feet. And we'll split and scissor and change. Reaching your legs as long as you can make them and trying to focus on the leg that's coming in toward you. Pull it in so much that you feel a stretch through your hamstrings. The legs are in parallel, feet are pointed. Okay, coming back up to the center. We're going into pendulum now. So just with nice neutral feet. They're neither pointed nor flexed, but somewhere in between, just nice and soft and comfortable. Our legs are as long as we can make them. We tip over onto one side of our pelvis and then draw a little smiley face or semicircle around to the other side and back into the center. Tip over onto the other hip. Semicircle down and around and back to center. Tip, circle down and around and center. Tip over, circle and center. So you're really controlling this with your low tummy. To challenge yourself further, you can circle your legs down further, so long as you don't lose that connection in your low tummy. Again, a nice massage for our low back. We'll go one more in each direction. Switch over and center. Okay, just take a second to readjust if you need to. And then we go into our bicycle. So hug one knee towards your chest. Then this leg, we're going to try and stretch it back behind us so we get that hamstring stretch again. At the same time, the other leg is dropping down to the floor and we brush our toes along the floor. So it's a super big bicycle. Go really slow to start off with and really challenge your range so that you get the most stretch that you can out of this delicious exercise. Okay, now let's ride our bicycle backwards. Keep it just as big. We're still on the same bike. Feel that hamstring stretch and feel the opening through your hip flexors. Okay. Then, from here, stretch our legs up to the ceiling. We hug one knee into our chest and then let the other leg drop all the way down to the floor. Where's the floor? Okay. Opening out through your hip flexors, having a nice stretch, taking some nice deep breaths. Allowing your tailbone to relax over the top of the roller to give you an increased sense of opening through the front of your hip. Slide that foot in. Bring it up into your chest. Stretch your other leg up to the ceiling. And then lower that leg all the way down to the floor. Bring that foot in close to you. Take your other foot down to the floor. We lift our hips up, push the roller down towards our feet, and just take a moment to allow your back to settle down into the floor. That feels nice. Okay. And scooting the roller out from underneath your legs. And we'll hold it in our hands up above our chest. Okay. Then we take one leg up in the air and then the other. Glue your knees and feet together and we take a supine spine twist with a challenge. So as we twist through our pelvis, we're not going to allow our roller to counterbalance. Our roller has to stay perfectly centered above our chest. So we tip over. Don't lose connection with the floor and your shoulder blades. Come back to the middle. Tip over the other way. And come back. Tip over again. And come back. You might not be able to go very far without cheating. Just find where that spot is. Tip over. And into the center. You guys look really good. And center. Okay, you can keep going with that, or you tip over. Stretch. Whoa. I need to come back a little. Stretch one or both legs out long. Again, without cheating. Bend and come back in. Tip to the other side. Reach out long. Went too far. Come back and center. You might need to adjust, making your range smaller so that we don't counterbalance with the roller. It is somewhat helpful to actively press both hands into the roller as you're twisting. And over to the other side. Stretch, bend, and come in. Just rest the roller on the top of your legs, catching it with your feet. Okay, from here, we're going to go into our pass the roller exercise. So it's pass the roller. We're going to curl our head and shoulders up off the floor, stretch our legs out long without dropping the roller. That didn't work so good. Hang on, let me work that out. I know why. We can't have the roller on our legs while we do that. Or can we? I don't know if you guys could. Anyway, so we curl our head and shoulders off the mat. We're going to grab hold of the roller with our hands, then stretch our arms and legs out long, and then place the roller back and lower down. Okay? Yeah, good. So curl up, grab the roller, stretch your arms and legs long, bring it back in, and set it down. So you can take a rest in between each repetition, or for a little extra challenge, you can stay up and just keep going. Stretch out and bring it in. Balance it there and stretch out and bring it in and balance and stretch out and balance. Two more. Out and balance. And last one. And balance. And lower your head down. Okay. That's pretty good. So then, let's come on top of our roller. So we have the roller lengthways down our mat. Just for a change of scenery, I'm going to come with my head down this end and my legs up there. Okay. So this is where you're going to need your pillows, Sam. So you're going to have your pillows stacked up under your pelvis and the roller in the top part of your spine. Okay. So then we roll down so that our whole spine is on top of the roller, unless you're Sam, then you've got half and half. Just make sure your head's on there, Sam. Yep. That's it. Okay, everyone looks good. So take your arms out to the side with your palms facing up and feel that wonderful opening through our chest, that release of our pec muscles. Ooh. You might not have realised it's so tight. Take some nice deep breaths, and every time you breathe out, just try and allow that to soften just a little. Okay. Then let's take our arms up towards the ceiling. Arms as long as you can make them. So no bend in your elbows, fingers reaching long. Keep that sense of strength and connection through your whole arm as you reach your shoulder blades wide, fingertips coming up towards the ceiling. And then don't lose any of that strength and connection through your arms as you draw your shoulder blades down and wrap them around the edge of your roller. And we reach up and then curl down around the roller. Reaching up, curl down one more time, reaching up nice and long. Nice long arms as you settle them right down, almost like you're hugging the roller in between your scapula. Hold that strength through your arms as we lift one leg up in the air to a tabletop position and then lower your leg back down. Switch to the other side and lower down. If this feels very, very wobbly for you, please bring your elbows down to the floor and hands on your ribs. Otherwise, challenge yourself to see if we can keep going in our single leg lift. Working in as controlled a way as you can and just noticing which side feels a little more tricky. And which side feels a bit stronger. You guys are doing great. Somewhat helpful also to take your legs out a little bit wider if that's something you'd like to explore. I still feel the need to cheat on one side compared to the other. That's okay. Woo. Then we're moving into our double leg lift. So I would suggest having some point of contact with the floor, maybe just elbows and hands on ribs, or you can go to your arms down beside you, whatever you feel is right for you. We go one leg up and then the second leg up. Take our first foot down, second foot down. Change the leg that goes first. Lift up, lift, lower, and lower. Trying to keep control of the legs all the way down to the floor. Switch leading legs again. Lift, and lift, lower all the way with control, and second leg down. And lift up, lower down, and lower down. One more set with each leg leading. Lift, lift, lower, and lower. Are we even? I think we are. Okay. Then let's give our rollers a nice massage. They get the treat now. Karate chop the floor with the little finger side of your hand and reach your fingers down towards your feet. We're going to roll our spine into the roller and then peel it up bone by bone. So your pelvic curl movement, but using the roller for feedback, trying to articulate each bone down into the roller, giving your roller a massage. And working your way slowly up and down, noticing that you might not be able to feel like you can get as much height as we did with the ones on the floor, but just working through getting that articulation. Yeah. Let me have a look at you. Whoa, Jazz can get pretty high. Good job. Okay, couple more. Rolling up and rolling down. Oh, it's just me who can't get the height. Okay, well done to all of you. And last one, rolling up and rolling down. All right. Now we're going to go back to our ab challenge ones. So we take one foot up in the air, whichever one you prefer, and then our opposite arm. We're going to go straight for the hard one today. We open out to the side a little, remembering that our goal is to stay on the roller, and then we draw back in. So just testing where your range is, opening out with your arm and your leg away from the midline, and then drawing back to center. Now, if you want to make it even harder, you can lift your other arm up to the ceiling too. So it stays still, but the opposite arm and leg are opening and drawing back in. And open, and draw in. Two more times. Open, and draw in, and open, and draw in. I hope you know that I'm laughing at myself and not you. That means enough. Okay. Now, we're going to change and do that same thing on the other side. So we go. Leg in the air. Opposite arm. Anchor down into the roller with your scapula. And then open away from the midline. And draw back in. Open out. And draw back in. And you have the option of reaching your second arm up to the ceiling to add that extra little spice of life. Open and draw in two more times. Don't fall off and back. And last one. And back in. Good job. Is everyone still on? Sarah C, did you fall off? Me too. It's all good. We just climb right back on again. Okay. Now, we're going to do another exercise. So it's a step up from that one. So if that was challenging for you, you might like to repeat that exercise we just did. Otherwise, the next level is same arm, same leg. Optional second arm to the ceiling that stays still. So I suggest you start really small with this one, opening out to the side and drawing in. And open out a little and draw in. And we open and come in two more times. Open, in, open, and in. All right. Switch to your second side. which is generally the harder one. I'm going to bring my opposite arm down. Okay, we open out just a little and throw it back in. And we open, we'll throw it in 3 more times just in case I fall off, so you know how much you've got to do. 2 more. I don't know what's happening with this side of my body today. Open and in. Very nice. I love it. You've all got something that's working for you. Good job. Okay, we're going to just open out through our chest again. Take another couple of nice big deep breaths. Enjoy that stretch. There we go. I'm getting carried away. I'm having too much fun. Okay. Then just bend your arms so just bend your elbows a little. So your arms make a very wide W shape. And stretch into pec minor. This one might feel a little bit tighter than you felt with your straight arms. Okay, and then releasing your arms. You're going to roll off to one side of our roller. Push the roller away and your cushions, and then just have a second down here on the floor. Okay. How good does that feel? That nice hollow feeling in your back. All right, we're going to flip over onto our tummies and grab your roller. Put it across the top of your mat. And this should work, Sam. We're just going to take our arms over the top. If that feels too narrow through your shoulders, Sam, just do it with your hands on the floor instead and take your hands out a little bit wider. Okay? All right. Just moving some obstacles out of the way here. Okay. So, we take our hands over the top of the wrists, over the top of the roller. Keep your face down on the floor and just go into your scapular elevation and depression, which means drawing your shoulders up to your ears and then bringing them down. And take them up and glide your shoulders down. Take them up and glide them down. And that's it. Yes, you're all doing it beautifully. So we're keeping our elbows straight, just allowing scapula some movement. Okay, then we're going to play with the position of our hands a little. So if you start with your palms facing away from each other and your shoulders up near your ears, then as you draw your shoulders down, you're going to rotate your arms over the top of the roller. So you end up with shoulders down and palms facing in. And then as you push the roller up, shoulders come up to your ears, palms face away, draw down, palms face in. Pushing away, palms face out, drawing down, palms face in. We'll do that 2 more times. Okay, now we're going to add our back extension onto that. So shoulders up near your ears, palms facing out. Think of scooping your low tummy ever so slightly up away from the floor. Draw your shoulders down, rotating your palms in as you lift your face and pull your sternum forwards and up towards your roller. Yep, And then pressing your roller away, rotating your palms to face out. Shoulders come up near your ears right as you touch down on the floor. So set your tummy on, glide your shoulders down, palms come in, face and sternum float and look forwards. Good, and then lowering down and pressing away. We're going to take a couple more of those. Each time, thinking of lengthening out through your whole spine, pressing away. Tummy is lifted. One more time. Lift up. Okay, we're going to let go of our rollers and stretch your arms and legs long on the mat. We come up into our upper back extension. So float your face and your sternum up away from the floor and bring your shoulders down your back. So your arms come a little closer into you. Check that you're connected into your low tummy. And then we lift the opposite arm and leg and lower. Other side. Reach your fingertips and toes as long as they can go. Reach. And down. And stretch. And down. Yep. Really working along the whole back line of your body. One more on each side. Lower down. And then press back into our rest position. Today we're going to take our knees apart, feet together, and sit right back. Resting your forehead down on the floor if that feels good for you. And then rolling up to sitting. Okay, we're ready for our challenge. Let's see how this goes. We go into our quadruped position. We're going to take the roller underneath our shins. Okay, so we've got shoulders over the top of our wrists. You can come up onto your fists if you need to, if your wrists are a little bit sensitive at the moment. And then we go into what we call like my mind's gone blank. It's like knee stretch on the reformer. There we go. Knee stretch. Okay, so we press the floor away so that you're nice and wide through your shoulder blades. And then you scoop your tummy in, get a slight posterior tilt of your pelvis to allow you to drag your knees in towards your chest. And then we press back so our knees come back under our hips. So it's an ab move. We're going to scoop in. Got some extra resistance on my mat here. Mat and roller are not playing nicely. Let's rectify that. Good. You guys look great. So focusing on the abs, scooping in and up to make room for your knees to come in underneath you. Yep. So just send your tailbone back and down a little as your knees come in. And in. And stretch. In. And stretch. 2 more times. In. And stretch. And in. And stretch. Okay, bring your knees to the floor. Let's come down and have a little shake of your wrist. Whew, that was a good one. Okay, I think we deserve a nice little mermaid after that. So we're going to take our Z sit position. Roller is on Denise. Okay, and then you tip over. Press down into your roller as you stretch up and over, nice long arm, and try and open that top shoulder towards the ceiling. And then come back up. So we're tipping straight over as if your body is smushed between two panes of glass. You can only go sideways. You can't twist forwards. Tipping over. One more time. This one we're going to hold our, we'll go over. And then we'll come to the diagonal. Now this top arm is going to rotate around and bring your hands both to the roller. So your shoulders now are square-ish to the roller. And then you're going to push away and round your upper back a little bit. And then pull the roller in as you come up into your extension. Lift your chest, lift your head. And then push away, rounding the upper back. And then pull in as you lift up into extension. One more time, rounding over as you push away. And lifting up as you draw in. We unrotate, come up, switch our legs over to the other side. Okay. That one is mimicking an exercise we call fish on the chair in the Pilates studio. Okay. Grounded through this back hip as much as possible. We tip over, nice long arm and long through our spine. And lift up. Tip over and lift up. Tip over. Two more times. Over. Up. Last one. Over. Bring your top arm to the diagonal. Sweep around so both hands are on your roller. We push away to round our upper back. We pull the roller in to lift into extension. Push away, rounding. Pull it in, lift up. Relax. Push and round. Pull and lift. One more time. And lift up. Unwind. And there you have it. You are cooked for Tuesday. Good job, everyone. How do you feel?
Thank you. That was good.
Yeah, it was fun to do something a little more challenging with it, wasn't it?